Okay, this is going to be a demonstration of how to run Windows on a Macintosh. There's a couple of different ways. You can run Boot Camp, which is dual booting. And then there's virtualization. Parallels is one option, but I have VMware Fusion, and that's what I'm going to show today. After it's installed, what you do is you fire it up, and it'll come up with a list of all your virtual machines. I only have one right now. It's XP Pro. But you could have as many as you want, and they can all be Linux or Windows 98 or Vista. Really anything that'll run on an Intel platform is what you can run here. Before I fire it up, let's take a look at some of the settings that you can configure. Right now, my XP Pro system is going to have accelerated 3D graphics. I've got it configured to run with 1 GB of memory, but you can go up or down with that according to the memory that you have in your system. And one of the nice things about Fusion versus Parallels is that you can set your virtual machine to use one or both of your processors. This is a Core 2 Duo Macintosh that I have, so I'm going to use 2 virtual processors on mine. So we'll go ahead and get out of here and fire up my machine. So this should look familiar if you're running a Dell or a Gateway or something. It comes up with that nice little screen before it switches over and starts booting into Windows. And while we're waiting on that, I'll kind of slide that over here, and we can just put that away. While we're waiting for this to boot up, what you'll notice here is that we've got several different USB devices. And if you hover over them, it'll tell you what they're for. This one is the iSight camera for the Mac. This is my iPhone that I have plugged in, my Time Machine drive, and so on and so forth. And right now they're all connected to my Macintosh, but you can turn these on and off to connect them to the Windows machine. That becomes especially useful when you're doing things like connecting cameras or other USB drives. Here is the CD device. So if I put a CD in to my Macintosh, which I don't have one in right now, but if I did, I could either connect it to the Macintosh or to the virtual Windows machine running up here. This is the virtual machine's hard disk, which you can size up and down as you see fit. This is the networking, and this is the audio. So that'll be coming up at any moment now, we hope. And I should say that it's usually not this slow to boot up. I suspect that it has something to do with the fact that I'm recording my session here. But anyway, so here we are in XP Pro, and it's just running inside of a window. You can see that it kind of moves around. Here I have my Windows mouse, and I can move out here to my Macintosh mouse, back to Windows. Right, so you can really go back and forth just that easy. So let's fire up a notepad. Run notepad, right? So notepad comes up like, there you go, there's notepad. This is notepad. Okay, so no great shakes about that, whatever, this is just fine. File, save. And what I'll do is I'll save this to my desktop, to my Windows desktop. Right. Curious. Don't care about that really. No, to my desktop, and test. Right, save. Okay, so there's my test document. And now what I'll do is move this file from here to my Mac desktop, and you do that through the shared folders. Okay, so here's VMware shared folders, which you get just when you run Fusion. Mark Newstead on my Mac. I've got my folder configured on the Mac to be shared, so I can double click that guy. And I've noticed that it takes a little while for it to kind of poke through and get into it, but once it loads it up, then you'll see some very familiar things. Specifically, what I'll be going for is my desktop. All right, so here's my desktop. I can open that up, and there's this one. Here's my shortcut for Diablo 2. Most importantly, I can take my test document, drag it in here, it'll copy it over, and there it is. So you can really do that with any kind of files, be they movie files or music or whatever you want to do. It all just works that way. So one last thing I'm going to show here in Fusion is what they call Unity. Unity is a way that you can run a Windows program but have it look like it's running natively in a Macintosh. So specifically what I'll do is I'll run Solitaire. Okay, so here's Solitaire, and you can see if I try and move this off, it doesn't go because it's running inside of Windows. However, if we go up to View and pick Unity, here's my active program now, and it's running inside or on the Mac, if you will, as a Mac application. It even has the dock icon as if it were really sitting here. So that's actually a very cool thing. One other thing that you get with Fusion is they have this thing called Launcher. Under the applications, you can go and pick any of these things and fire them up, as long as your XP system is actually running. So I'll hang it up for now, and stay tuned because I'm going to do one for Microsoft Office. Catch you later, guys.